Hi and welcome to the Free State Art Festival. I'm your host Ricky Meiberg, and today with us in studio we have Jonah and Gwendolyn Tietze. Welcome.
Hello.
Can you please tell us a bit more about your work you're doing this year at the festival for us?
Well, I've been working with Ricardo Peach and Erwin Mas to develop a Pan-African Creative Exchange teaser. So we're launching the Pan-African Creative Exchange next year in 2018, and we have a teaser, and it's just to get people a taste of what is going to happen next year, and also to kind of iron out any of the kinks that might come up in terms of supporting artists, but also supporting the stakeholder infrastructure for the event next year.
And you are also you were involved with the creative case for diversity, the book that were launched. How?
I worked at the Arts Council England for a number of years, and the Arts Council is the funding development agency for the arts in England. And while we were there, we recognised that the approach to diversity and equality was a little bit old-fashioned. People tend to look at the business approach, making more money, it's good for business, or the legal approach, we've got to do it because it's the law, or the moral case, well, let's just help the people. And none of those approaches really looked at the real imperative for why you should have diversity in the arts. And we say it's because it's great for the arts. If you look at anything that's excellent, it always has an element of diversity. And when we talk about diversity, we don't mean just race or gender. We look at age, we look at social economics, so your class, your status. We look at regional. We also look at LGBTQ, so sex. We look at disability as well. And we try to say, if you're always looking at these elements in terms of how you make work, you're always going to strengthen your work, because people look at things through their own lived experiences, and those lived experiences can bring something more interesting, more exciting to making work.
Okay. And you, Gwendolyn, what are you bringing to the festival this year?
So I'm a coach and a fundraiser, and I'm a partner ambassador for the Pan-African Creative Exchange, and I work with Nika on the organisation development around Afrovibes UK Festival. So my background is fundraising for contemporary arts organisations, and what I've come across a lot is artists or organisations who struggle with framing their artistic ideas so that a funder and to take that to a funder. And so I work a lot with individuals and organisations now around how to retain your authentic voice as an artist, and as you sell yourself to a potential funder or to a potential stakeholder. And connected to that as a coach, and that's what I'm here for as part of the PACE teaser. I work with individual independent artists and people in the creative industries around finding and articulating their ideas, becoming clearer on their ideas and goals, and how they're going to make them a reality, and how you navigate and you juggle your artistic ambitions with the practical needs of making a living, how you navigate diverse cultures and languages you find yourself in. So I'm from Austria, I've been working in the UK for a long time. I coach people from across the world really at the moment. So.
How did you get into this, I almost want to say line of business? How did you get a passion for doing what you do?
So in fundraising, it really started with me wanting to have a connection to live art after a period of doing a doctorate in musicology. Lots of reading and writing. I wanted to get out there more and connect with what's going on in the art world. So I worked for music organisations and developmental organisations for composers and musicians. And I became interested in coaching, having been a coachee myself, and experiencing how empowering that was, that I could trust in myself having my own solutions and my own resources, and that coaching was helping me build and rediscover my resources. And when I had the chance to train and offer that to other people, I took it and been developing that, and I'm taking that from September to the Royal Academy of Music in London. It's a training institution for musicians and composers, where I'm hoping to make a difference quite early on in people's artistic lives, to build some of that resourcefulness that hopefully they can call on as they transition into professional career and then beyond as they sustain a creative life for themselves.
And this is now your third year, if I'm correct, at this festival.
Yes.
Why come back for next time?
I think I met Ricardo Peach, who's the festival director in Australia, and I was invited to speak about a platform that I was running for the Arts Council at the time called Decibel Performing Arts Showcase.
Yes.
And as a result of meeting him and really connecting with him, when he moved back from Australia to South Africa to lead on this festival, he said, would you be interested in running a showcase platform in partnership with us? And my first answer was no. Actually,
Okay.
I'm West African and I wanted to do it in the West. But I'd sort of scouted around the West and I couldn't find anything. So I came on invitation of Ricardo and the National Arts Council 3 years ago and just really fell in love with the ambitions of the festival, with Bloemfontein as a city. It wasn't what I expected. I had my own perceptions that weren't always positive about the city.
Yes.
And I'm pleased to say that the festival's full of a lot of warm and interesting characters, and you feel like I've now got another family here in South Africa, because I regularly go to the Grahamstown Festival. I feel very connected there, but I feel incredibly connected to this festival. And this year there's a number of people that came along from the UK to kind of experience and see how they can get involved and be part of it. So yes, I'll be back next year because we'll be launching the Pan-African Creative Exchange next year, so I'm now committed to being here. You know.
And I'm one of the people that really, when I heard you talk about your ambitions around the Pan-African Creative Exchange, I was really keen to come. This is my first visit to South Africa, and it's very exciting for me. And it's really interesting from the conversations I've been having already that some of the concerns that emerging artists and artists also further on in their careers are finding happen in the UK or in Japan or in South Africa, and I'm really keen to continue the dialogue and find out where maybe I can add something that would add something to Bloemfontein onto the festival.
And it was funny because I got in yesterday to Bloemfontein. Gwen was here in Joburg for a couple of days, and I said, "How's it going?" She said, "I haven't allowed it enough time. I should be here longer." I'm having so many interesting conversations. So that's day 4 here already.
Yeah,
so yeah,
it's not enough time.
And then you have been talking about the Tietze
yes,
that you are bringing here for
Yes.
people to see. It's at the Albert Wessels Auditorium.
yes. I'm glad you said it.
Yes. Can you please tell me at what time?
So my session starts at 11 o'clock, and I'm running a session around networking and pitching, because you'd be surprised how many people don't know how to pitch and don't understand the importance of networking. What we've said in England through some of our research is 80%, as an artist, 80% of your opportunities, your work, comes through your networks. So if you're just sitting in your own little space, in your own little village or your own little town, and you're not getting out and meeting people, then the chances are you're not really going to expend your opportunities for work. Me, who's left the Arts Council for 4 years now, I would say 99% of my opportunities come through my network. And I'm a real hardcore networker. I'm known as a connector because I understand the importance of it. And then after the networking session, Gwen will run her session on coaching.
So my session is an introduction to coaching approaches in the arts. Just an introduction. People won't be coached at the end of the session, but it's something about offering a coaching approach to take in your work, in your practice as an artist, as you develop ideas, as you collaborate with others, and provide a bit of an insight or a starting point.
So you are at 11.
I'm at 11.
And you are?
At 1:30.
1:30. And what dates?
It's today. Today's Saturday.
Okay.
And then Owen Mass has a viewpoint workshop, and it's sort of for anybody who's in the arts that wants to sort of learn about movement and how to be on stage. In fact, you must probably like it as somebody who's sort of in front of the camera. So he has that, and then tomorrow we have an introduction, an opening of the festival, First Nations call, and then we have we see a show from, I think, Namibia, and then we have a speed dating. So all the people from the pitch sessions today will be meeting with people from the sector, from the business, to pitch their ideas. So it's a little bit, today's a little bit of a training day, and tomorrow is the opportunity to present to people that might be able to support or invest in you in somehow, shape or form. And then in the afternoon, there'll be a couple of more activities in the, I can't say the name of that venue.
Albert Wessels.
There's another a venue beginning with O'Wellan House, is it?
Olivenhuis.
That's it.
Yeah.
O'Wellan House. There's some more activity there tomorrow evening. So it's fun packed. We decided that we wanted to do this because just to give people a sense of what we are trying to achieve next year. I think the ideas are big. We've all experienced being involved in these sorts of markets. Ricardo in Australia, myself in the UK. But actually, for people to understand the importance of this platform and how it can contribute towards shaping their careers and their ambitions artistically, this teaser really helps us find where the sticking points are, but also helps them find where their own sticking points are. So it's a really important moment for us.
Okay, thank you so much for your time, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay.
So go and find out where your sticking points are at the Albert Wessels Auditorium today. Go and have a look. Thank you.
Thank you.